What is up? Welcome back to Outside the Top 25. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. The best goddamn college football show about shitty teams on the internet.
There's nobody else covering teams that are not 25 caliber.
No. Nobody else is doing what we're doing.
Specifically avoiding the good teams.
Yeah. Fuck the good teams. The good teams aren't what makes college football fun. We talk about that every week. We're here to talk about the middle tier, the delicious bottom tier, which is like that juicy center of the college football filling.
Mm-hmm. Just mediocrity.
Ugh. And worse. I see
much worse.
Yeah. As bad as we can get. Every week is week 0 here in terms of the types of teams we cover.
Just the slate of games wasn't great. A lot of teams I want to talk about are playing ranked teams.
I know. Which kind of stinks. But
we did get some lovely news though.
What's that?
This week we got some kind of just saving grace thanks to Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska tight end Eric, spelled in a really stupid way.
With an A.
Gilbert, arrested for breaking into a smoke shop and stealing over $1,600 in paraphernalia. Why don't you just go in there and ask if they want to do an NIL?
Homie just wanted to vape.
Yeah. See if you can get a vape NIL. Is that against the rules? Is there rules against tobacco and booze?
I don't know. He just got to Nebraska, transferred in from Georgia. Before that, he was at LSU.
That's never a good sign.
Kind of one of Matt Rule's big gets this offseason.
That's never a good sign when you are just bouncing around, A, from team to team, and then B, it's like SEC team to SEC team.
And then Nebraska.
Yeah. And by the way, Nebraska, historically, plenty of their own criminal problems.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A very underrated school for having... I mean, they have one of the great college football criminals of all time in Lawrence Phillips.
Right. But so he needed a waiver, though, this season because he transferred in 2 consecutive seasons.
Yeah.
So maybe he was not eligible for like an NIL deal. I don't know how that works.
Well, and also like who in Nebraska is going to give him an NIL?
If he's not going to see the field.
Yeah, well, that, and it's just like, we just got here. We don't even know you, bro. Are you even going to stick around?
Did you watch the video, though?
Oh, no, there was a video?
Oh, it's all over Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Unnecessary Roughness, the Barstool pod, posted it. That's the first place I saw it, at least.
It was very, very easy to find because his name starts with an A.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
So he kicks in the door. It takes a while. And, he gets arrested on site. It doesn't take long.
Covering his face, wearing a mask.
Mm-hmm. Well, kind of a T-shirt, I think, right?
T-shirt mask, yeah. Eventually gets in there, then kicks in the back. What the fuck? You doing this for vapes?
Just for vapes, man.
Addiction's
the kids yearn for vapes.
Yeah, addiction's not a joke. He's on every camera possible.
Mm-hmm. Because you would think a smoke shop, of all places, they definitely have all the cameras.
Hella cops waiting outside.
They have all the cameras. They probably have a dope-ass security system, too.
Oh, my God. There were so many cops waiting for him.
Yeah. So I don't think he's going to be eligible this week.
No.
It's Minnesota.
No. That cut to of 20 cops, or actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus a dog. Jesus. They're just waiting outside. They're like, meh, it's fine. We'll wait.
He, to his credit, doesn't put up any resistance.
He's immediately hands up.
He's just like, you caught me. You got me.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, he was a top 9 ranked tight end in the transfer cycle, whatever that means. Like, is that good?
There's 2 recruiting cycles now.
I know. There's the actual recruiting cycle, and then there's the transfer market.
Enough so
portal.
That 247 Sports has... They don't just rank recruiting classes anymore. They rank transfer classes.
Okay.
So they have like a whole tab. It's pretty sweet. For basketball and football, they will... So, like, you can be like, oh, dude, they had a top fucking, 15 recruiting class. And then you can go look and, like, they're...
Oh, dude, we got, like, a top 12 transfer portal market.
Yep. Yeah.
Sure,
so
man.
Team rankings, you can go recruit, overall, or transfer. So overall takes both into account.
They're changing my tradition. I hate it.
Kind of, though.
I kind of hate it.
Yeah.
I kind of hate everything that's happening in college sports.
Whatever.
It's our favorite sport.
It is.
Let's talk about it. ASU also gave themselves a self-imposed bowl ban this week for the alleged infractions under Herm Edwards.
Not why they deserve a bowl ban.
Why do they deserve a bowl ban?
for sending plays to the other team. That's literally cheating.
Is that not what this is?
No, it's for Herm's infractions.
Well, maybe they feel bad.
It's not for what they did to Herm Edwards, the underling coaches, the subordinate coaches sending plays to the other team to get him
still kind
fired.
of on Herm, right?
I
Those are
guess,
the guys
man.
he hired.
Keep your ship in order.
Either way, good news for first-year coach Kenny Dillingham because he now has a 6-year contract instead of a 5-year contract.
Is that part of the contract?
I think in the stipulations of the contract it says for every sanction brought amongst ASU for previous administration violations, he gets another year added to his contract.
I hope that's standard.
That
Because
should be, right?
why the fuck should you get fired?
For somebody else's incompetence?
Yeah.
No, it's great.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Get that bag. That's man.
And, ASU's not going to make a fucking bowl game this year anyway.
No, they weren't anyway. But it still
ahead
blows
of it.
my mind that Herm Edwards story was not bigger news.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like a day on Twitter, and it went away.
People just really hated Herm.
I mean, everyone knew it was. I think everyone knew it was such a bad hire that everyone shrugged. They're like,
He was just trying to build better men.
probably.
That's all he was trying to do. He didn't care about winning football games. As long as you left that university as a better man, he won.
I don't think he was accomplishing that either, though.
I don't think he did that either.
Yeah, I don't think either was getting done.
And that's kind of just the
Little news
we
roundup.
had. Last week, week 0 against the spread records, not great.
Well, I don't know about that.
I went 2-3.
Yeah, not great for you.
I didn't pick as many over-unders. You went 4-3. But let's not.
Look who's chasing who.
Okay. Well, we have the same amount of losses.
Look who's. I picked more. I picked more wins. What do you want me to do? Pick more. Make more picks.
It's week 1.
Make more picks.
It's week 1.
Oh boy, behind the 8 ball already.
Man, I can't wait till you crumble this week.
To be fair, this is how your entire gambling year has gone.
Not good.
A lot of things that should.
But
have
we're
gone
bouncing back.
Okay.
Especially, I won a lot of money on Max Holloway last week, so that was good. Let's not bury the lead, though. We both hit our money line dog.
We did both hit our money line dog. Limited choices, but we both
We went Jack State.
Yeah.
Easy, kind of an easy pick, though.
Yeah, I think so. Well, they were barely. We like.
They're a 1-point dog.
So one thing we like to do for the Moneyline Dogs, if you're not familiar with the show, is we tend to try not to go with someone who's like basically an even odds, right? -1, -2. Like we try to.
We had no choice.
That was really the only.
I thought about Hawaii, but
they cost me money.
Hawaii overs are back, baby.
Yeah, but they cost me. It wasn't a game. That was one of the games we lost, right? We both lost that game.
No, I won that game. I took the over.
You did, but you didn't take the cover.
Did not take Hawaii in the points. I blame myself for that.
Okay, I
blame
thought you took
myself for that.
Vandy in the points like I did.
No.
Okay.
Stayed away from that, man. Inspiration, playing for Maui. I told you this.
They covered for Maui.
They covered for Maui. They're playing again this week, though, playing Stanford. They're on the dock, actually. But let's start Friday.
Okay.
Let's start with a game I'm going to be at.
There's some fun games Thursday, but I think they're all against. I
want to give people time.
Yeah.
As this goes out. Miami at Miami.
You're going to be there.
I'm going to be there. Miami of Ohio catching 17. The over-under is 54.5. You got TVD, Tyler Van Dyke, returns after a disappointing season. Whole bunch of new receivers for Miami. Young receiving core. They were also 95th in rushing last year, which is no bueno for a team of Miami's caliber.
If you are a G5 or a P5 team and you have anything ranking that low, you are fucked.
Super disappointing year for Miami. Cristobal is trying to get that ship right. Miami of Ohio, actually kind of low-key. Very, very experienced.
Yeah.
You got Brett Gabbert, Blaine's little bro.
Yeah, the younger Gabbert's not really. It's like the younger Baldwins.
Doesn't matter. It's his 5th year.
Okay.
He started as a freshman.
I was gonna say he's been there forever.
He's been their starter for 5 years. Last year, though, he missed the majority of the year with a shoulder injury. Looking to come back, guns a-blazing. They also got South Carolina transfer Rashad Amos in the backfield. I kind of like Miami of Ohio, the Redhawks, to cover. 17 is too many points, especially for this kind of so-so Miami team.
Okay. That what you think, huh?
So-so you. Yeah.
Well, they're always so you. I'm going to take the Canes here. I think they come out looking impressive in week 1, and people are like, we might not even get to talk about them week 2.
You think they're going to be ranked after this? Such an impressive win.
I'm just saying between other teams looking shitty and people, you know how it goes.
Okay.
In terms of like, oh, there's that team I want to be ranked.
Yeah.
Because it's fun when they're ranked. Okay, I'll rank them.
Name recognition.
Yeah.
Brand loyalty.
Blah, blah, blah. I think Miami, Florida, the Miami Hurricanes, I think they cover.
Okay. We both play on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Mizzou does,
Missouri,
UCF.
Yeah, Missouri and UCF both play Thursday.
Yeah.
We're both playing god-awful
Just
teams.
massive spreads. So they're not on the dock.
No. It's not really worth it.
Not really worth trying to pick because like the spread's too big. But I would usually typically cover. I think UCF covers, yeah. Not official, but.
Yeah.
Next up, we have NC State minus 14.5 going up to Store, Connecticut.
Oh, boy.
Jim Moore Jr. and the boys. Over-under is 46.5. Dave Dorian has now had 8 bowl trips in his last 11 years at NC State, which is pretty respectable for NC State.
That's extremely respectable. So NC State is basically like the exact same level of program to me as like Missouri. And that's the type of like that's why I don't get like the drink hate because it's like he's qualified for a bowl every year. Like yeah, he's under 500 by 2 games.
And you're in the SEC.
Because he loses the bowl games. But like he's qualified for a bowl every year. If you're at NC State and your coach is getting you into a bowl 8 out of 11 years. Now, the only complaint I would have with NC State as an NC State fan is just that you play in a shitty conference.
Half your conference is god-awful.
And you should be pushing 10 wins once every couple of years. I mean, any team.
They had a good year last year, though. They beat Florida State, I believe.
Clemson, didn't they? Or they beat Clemson 2 years ago?
They might have beaten both.
Yeah.
Let me just kind of look.
Because they did have an upset of Clemson. I thought that was last year. I could be wrong. But yeah, Doran. What else do you want? 8 out of 11 years?
They beat North Carolina.
That's huge. Win a rivalry game.
Yep. They beat Florida State. And no, they gave Clemson a game, though.
Oh, okay,
So-
okay.
They lost by 10 to Clemson.
But still, dude, taking Florida State and UNC down. These are all old ACC programs. You know what I mean? Like those are rivals. On some well, UNC's a little rival. Florida State probably more of like we've just played each other forever.
Right. So Devin Leary out, transfers to Kentucky. But they'll get a little bit of an experienced quarterback in Brennan Armstrong from Virginia.
Okay.
They're also getting the OC from Virginia, so not a whole lot of adjusting for our guy Brennan.
Okay.
He's thrown for over 9,000 yards and 60 touchdowns in his career, so Duke can sling it. NC State has returned 6 starters from last year's team on defense. They finished 15th in scoring defense in 2022. They were top 20 in the country in rushing defense and total yards allowed. The strength of the defense is also the secondary, with NC State returning both starting cornerbacks.
Love that.
Man, it's going to be tough sledding for UConn.
Yeah.
Although Jim Mora,
Do you think it's a big spread?
last year they made a bowl game last year.
They made a bowl. Are they rethinking their move to
The
D2,
FCS.
the FCS?
Like, we're just going to be independent for a bit.
We got some stuff to figure out, man.
Maybe.
I like that Jim Moore is, again, one of those coaches we talk about that's just like, I'm just going to go play with my Legos in the corner. I'm just going to go play with my toys.
It's a good spot for him.
Yeah.
I think UCLA may be a little too high pressure, even though Pac-12 should be more laid back.
Well,
UConn
it doesn't exist.
UConn football, there are zero expectations.
None.
So, like, the fact that you made a bowl game is incredible. He's looking to make back-to-back bowl games for the first time since 2008 to 2010, I believe. So, yeah, it's been a bit. But I think they're much improved. But, man, I think NC State, a little too much defense for this Husky team.
Okay.
That said, I'm gonna go under 46.5. That's
taking the
official
under?
pick. Yeah.
Okay. I'm taking NC State to cover. I think they might win big on this one. It's really just a matter of can UConn repeat, I guess, the 6-6
Competence.
magic. Yeah.
Just being decent.
Right.
Yeah. I get that.
Not even decent, really, but like there, like a bit able to hang in a game.
A football team.
Right, yeah. Let's see. I mean, last year they lost to Utah. I mean, here's who they beat last year. Central Connecticut State.
Love that. Big
Well, they lost by
big rivalry game.
They lost by 31 to NC State last year.
Mm-hmm.
They did take down Fresno State, which was their upset of the year.
Yeah, that was. I think Hayner was out for that game.
Okay. Actually, they had a huge upset over Boston College as well. But then the other teams.
Boston College was god awful last year.
The other teams they knocked off were FIU, UMass.
UMass won one game last year.
And Liberty.
Liberty's a good win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a couple good wins. Nothing on.
You're like,
the
oh
level.
yeah, they upset UMass, who won one game last year.
No, UMass was not the upset.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm taking NC State to cover. I think they'll be fine. Yeah. I'm not even going to bother. I'm not going to bother buying the half point. I thought about it for a second, but
taking the under. Next up, in-state rivalry game to start off the season. Central Michigan catching 14. The Chippewas. Jim McElwain at Michigan State. Over-under is 45.5. Mel Tucker still hasn't announced a quarterback.
Never great. Never great for them.
No, probably not. A lot of people are saying probably Noah Kim, redshirt junior.
Okay.
But, has Michigan State really had a competent quarterback since Kirk Cousins? I know they've had, cocky quarterbacks since.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've been good.
Not to my knowledge have they had a competent quarterback since Kirk Cousins. And by the way, Kirk Cousins was still just kind of fine.
At Michigan State?
Yeah. You know what I mean? He wasn't.
He's better than you remember.
I'm sure he was, but it was not. I mean, Michigan State's always one of those teams that's even when they are a little sexier, you just kind of think of them as grind it out, whatever.
I mean, they got the Hauser as I believe he's coming in. He's
another Hauser?
Yeah, there's a Hauser. There's another Hauser at Michigan State.
Sure.
So he could also win that job. But I mean, I don't know, Peyton Thorne, Rocky Lombardi. These are all names that are just Connor Cook is, you could argue, was decent at Michigan State.
Yeah.
But not really.
Yeah. Cook made the playoff with them, right?
Yeah, he was 2012 to 2015.
Yeah. I like Michigan State here. Central Michigan's kind of down bad this year.
They weren't good last year.
Yeah. And they rank below 100 in the S&P Plus just overall.
4-8 last year. McElwain does not, in fact, have the boys chipping.
Yeah, I'll take Michigan State.
Spartan should be able to run all over them. Jalen Berger comes back. He had 636 yards last year, 6 touchdowns. Nathan Carter is a transfer from UConn. Yeah, they got it's just kind of a bunch of running backs by committee. Should be able to run all over the Chippewas. I tend to agree that they should cover 14.
Okay.
However, I'll just go Michigan State. Not get too cute.
Yeah, can't do it.
Okay. We're flying through these games. Stanford, -3.5. Going to the island. Homecoming for Hawaii. Over-unders 59. New head coach for Stanford. New era for Stanford.
Kind of. In a lot of ways, a new era for Stanford.
So many ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In all the ways, is it a new era for Stanford football?
New head coach Troy Taylor coming in from Sacramento State, where he averaged 500 yards and well over 40 points a game. Flashy offense. That is not something Stanford had in a long, long time.
No.
If ever. I mean, you could argue the Christian McCaffrey offense. That was pretty fun, but it was a typical pro offense.
What?
It was a typical pro offense.
Yeah, he just ripped off a ton of huge runs and shit like that. More so than they were letting it fly.
You got E.J. Smith, Emmitt Smith's son, in the backfield returning after a season-ending injury last year. Defense for Stanford, though, totally ravaged by the transfer portal. That is why I will continue that Hawaii tradition. They looked pretty decent last week against Vandy. They had a bit of spunk in them. They had some soul. Give me that that over, baby. Hawaii overs. They're back in a big way.
Hawaii
over 59.
Okay. I am taking Hawaii to cover, and I'm taking them as my money line dog. This is the week they do it for the Islands.
Okay.
They looked good against Vanderbilt, who I think is good. Like not amazing, but like
No, Vandy's very solid.
yeah, Vandy's going
Solid all
to
the way
give
around.
someone problems in the SEC this year. Not Georgia, probably not Tennessee, but Missouri, Kentucky, South Carolina. Like they're gonna give them uncomfortable games.
I know.
And the fact that Hawaii gave them an uncomfortable game at the end, that's interesting to me. I like Hawaii, so give me both the spread and Hawaii as my money line dog of the week.
Love it, Rob. Wish I could go there with you. I'll just take the over.
Okay.
Louisville catching -7.5 at Georgia Tech.
Bro, this game is fucking.
Love these games on the slate. The over/under is 48.5. Our boy Brom taking the reins at Louisville. Jack Plummer followed him from Purdue. Georgia Tech, Brent Key's taking over. Defense was solid. That's pretty much all I got on it. I mean, Georgia Tech's going to be okay. They're going to be fine.
I mean, God, are they? Are they going to be fine?
They're going to be better than what they were.
They have like a top 50-ish defense, which is, I don't know. I don't like anything about Georgia Tech. That team is that the program that's fallen the farthest from their heights? It's got to be either them or Colorado, right?
What heights, man?
They were like
I know when they ran the triple option.
No.
They were kind of humming a little bit.
In the 90s, Georgia Tech was a legit powerhouse.
Powerhouse?
Georgia Tech football was a ACC like big name program in the 90s.
I guess I was too young to kind of remember that. My only real good memories of Georgia Tech was Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, that was even after. That was when they were kind of getting squishy before the complete.
Yeah, I'm very
fall.
aware. Calvin Johnson was in mid-2000s.
Yeah.
So.
They won a national title in 1990. I think it's the one they split with Colorado.
It was before I was born. I don't care.
Yeah. But they have they weren't division titles back then. I'm trying to see conference titles. How many conference titles they have? But they're legit. They were.
What do you think of? Is this the XFL? All right then, returning back home to Louisville.
I love Brom going to Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
Overdue.
Like Plummer. Plummer's pretty solid. Louisville should be able to have a decent offense this year.
I think he is eventually going to right that ship. He succeeded.
They weren't bad. Satterfield wasn't bad.
They used to be so much better.
Yeah, under Petrino.
And then what's his fuck?
Because you had back-to-back, you had Lamar Jackson, and then you also had
Teddy Bridgewater. Yeah.
They just had like two really, really generational quarterbacks.
Yeah. I think he's going to get
for college.
I think he's going to get Louisville.
I'm not saying Teddy Bridgewater is like a generational NFL quarterback.
Right. I think he's going to get Louisville back to like a top 20 program status. Like you're going to see them ranked all the time.
I mean, look what he did at Purdue.
Yeah. I agree.
The spoiler makers.
He's not playing spoiler in the ACC. He's gonna have them into a dangerous team in the ACC.
So are you comfortable? Line's a little odd. I hate the half point.
The 7.5?
Yeah. Over/under is 48.5. What are you doing here?
Louisville, let it rip. Louisville rolls. Georgia Tech is just there's nothing there. Louisville at home too. Louisville rolls week 1.
I like that under. I think Louisville can put up points. I don't think Georgia Tech can really keep up with them.
No, they're not going to put up any points.
But if they do, if Georgia Tech, they're at home, if they slop it up.
Yeah.
And I don't even know, man, what condition Georgia Tech's going to be in. Is the hurricane going to hit Atlanta at all?
I don't know. It might get into Georgia, but Atlanta's still like, at the top of Georgia.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so I really – but no, they're playing at Louisville. Oh, but you just mean like what? Like – how they're going to be able to practice? Or
they're playing at Georgia Tech.
No, they're playing at Louisville.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
The way I wrote it says otherwise. I'm pretty sure it's in Atlanta.
No, it's at Louisville.
Oh. Then I got lied to by Google. Fuck me. If it's at Louisville, then yeah, I like Louisville to cover too.
Oh wait, let's see here. I'm getting like.
Are you sure? Like, come on, man.
No, the S&P Plus doc told me, dude. I'm seeing it.
I don't trust anything. Like the way Google lines everything up. No, it's at Georgia Tech, dude.
It is okay.
Yeah. So fuck you for saying my doc's wrong. My doc is never wrong.
Your doc's never wrong. Okay, so I don't care. I still like Louisville.
All right, I'm gonna go under just because I think it's Georgia Tech at home. They'll have a little bit of juice.
Yeah.
Opening day.
Okay.
And by that, the defense shows up a little bit.
Yeah. That I just don't. I don't think anyone there cares about football. There's gonna be no one there for to cheer on the defense.
Ball State catching 26.5 at Kentucky. Over/unders 49. Like I said, Devin Leary now replacing Will Levis at quarterback. Honestly, might be a more steady, reliable quarterback than Will Levis.
Yeah.
Will Levis honestly cost them a couple games last year.
I don't understand the hype around Will Levis. I'm glad that people didn't make the mistake in the NFL of being like, "Oh, he's tall and handsome, and he could throw the ball real far."
Yeah, but if you can get him at what the Titans got him at in the second round, I'm okay
fine.
with taking that.
That's fine,
chance.
but I mean,
yeah.
people thinking he was gonna be a top 15 pick or some insane shit like that.
I was listening to Russillo on the way in, and they were just talking about kind of how NFL quarterbacks, especially backups, there's such a high turnover rate because new is always better than what you have.
Yeah,
and they never give these guys that should need time to develop and everything a chance. And he was kind of just comparing it to how running backs, like everyone's just on their like soapbox about how running backs like pay them nothing, and it's like, well, the quarterback position, if you come in and you don't start immediately and you don't have success, you're fucking out of the league.
Yeah,
it's honestly impressive to be a Chase Daniel.
Oh
to be able to stick around that long,
or Gabbert, who was because at least Chase Daniel, I guess you could say nothing was ever expected out of him because he wasn't drafted.
Yeah,
Gabbert was a top 10 pick. And, Drew Lock might be on the same trajectory if we're just talking about Missouri quarterbacks. Back up you.
Because think about what the Titans have now in Malik Willis.
Yeah.
He might be out of the league in like a year or two.
Oh, no, Malik Willis isn't on the Titans anymore. He just got cut by the Patriots. By the Patriots.
Malik Willis got traded. I didn't realize that. I must not be keeping up. Are you just like throwing shit against the wall at me that's not real?
I just read that the other day.
No, he's literally on the fucking Titans.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, what are you doing to me?
It's early. I'll just say that.
You're just
I'm a moron.
You have no confidence in anything I say. It's crazy.
Hold on.
It's honestly absurd. Bailey Zapp got cut by the Patriots.
Yeah. The Patriots cut someone else too. I'm just whatever.
I think they're only riding with like one quarterback.
They cut Malik Cunningham. I'm an idiot.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Piece of shit. Having me doubt myself. I should never doubt myself. This is why I'm at where I'm at right now in gambling. Always bet on yourself, kids. I love Kentucky here. I think they're going to blow the doors off Ball State.
Okay. I mean, Kentucky's still got their defense, and yeah, it's hard for me to go against that.
So you're going Kentucky?
Yeah, I almost wanted to bet the under, but it just feels like Kentucky's going to score 1 million points. Now, the real problem is will Ball State score anything? Ball State has
honestly a field goal, maybe 6 points.
Yeah, Ball State has the 105th or 113th ranked offense in the country, and Kentucky. I mean, let me just look what their defense is ranked. 6th.
You need to talk to your boy Bill Connolly because it seems like he's got a lot of shit wrong right now.
What do you mean?
You keep referencing S&P and like
just to see how the defense is and offense.
But with all this wrong information.
He didn't have anything on Malik Willis in the doc.
But he also he had the game at Louisville.
He wrote it backwards, yeah. But I also saw it backwards on Google. So I don't know why that happened.
There's a very simple thing. So like in Google, the bottom team's the home team. And then you can kind of confirm it on ESPN or whatever. But when you like search a game, it's always the bottom team that's the home team.
I understand that. I wonder if they're not. Oh, you know what? What was weird is it said.
What is your point you're making? What are you doing?
I think So they're playing in Atlanta, but it said versus Georgia Tech instead of at Georgia Tech, and there's a reason for that. They're not playing at Georgia Tech. It's one of those kickoff games, week 1. It's the Aflac kickoff special. They're playing in the Georgia Dome or the Mercedes-Benz Dome.
It's a home game.
I understand that, but it's not.
I know.
Which is why it was written differently.
Okay, got it.
Because I was confused by that too.
I mean, does a home game at Georgia Tech really scare anyone?
No. If anything, this actually makes it worse for Georgia Tech because this incentivizes Louisville fans to travel there.
And it's a nicer field, and it's a dome.
Yeah,
you're right.
I'm going to take the under
with Kentucky.
Yeah, I think this game ends up being the over under is 48.5. I could see this being 40-6. 40-3.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I could see that.
I like the under here.
This is very Mark Stoops-y.
Yeah.
Next up, we have La Tech catching 20.5 at your SMU Mustangs. Over under 66.5. La Tech almost lost to a team last week that threw for 4 yards.
Yeah.
Florida International had 4 passing yards last week.
And Louisiana Tech clung on to victory.
Hank Bachmeier did not look sharp. I'll be real. He hasn't really looked sharp since that FSU game at Boise. But, yeah, La Tech might not be as good as I thought they were going to be. Preston Stone back after losing his job to injury. Now that Tanner Mordecai is now at Wisconsin.
Yeah.
SMU, they're going to sling the ball. They're
going to put up
points. 66.5 is a lot of points, especially when La Tech just put up a stinker against FIU. But, like I said last week, the biggest improvement is always from week 1 to week 2. I think people, after seeing that game against FIU, are going to be down. Give me the 20.5. Give me La Tech.
You like him to cover?
Yep.
Man. What I would really love to bet, but we don't do this, so I won't do it. I want to see the team over on SMU.
Okay. I mean, if you want that, I'll give that to you. We can do that.
Okay.
I just want to make can we agree on this policy, though?
What?
No teasers.
No teasers.
Fuck no teasers.
We don't tee off from the fucking ladies' tees.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
I just think it's so dumb. Let's be authentic. Let's be real with people.
Yeah.
Let's just pick the spreads. Let's be men. Keep our records and be honorable.
Yeah. 100%. So, by the way, I see the line on mybookie.com, which is where we do our betting, has actually dropped to 20 at present. I think SMU covers.
It's 20 now?
Yeah, it's at 20.
All right. I'll take the plus 20. I don't care. I don't need the half point.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I meant to say, though, also is that there are no team lines yet. That usually doesn't drop to day of.
Gotcha. So you're just taking SMU minus
I'm taking
20.
SMU 3 touchdowns easy.
All right. Next up, we got Fresno State catching 3.5 at Purdue. Over under 47.5. Ryan Walters coming over from Illinois to take over the job for Brom. Made his bones on the defensive side, of course, for Burt.
Oh, Purdue is going to hate watching this style of football unless he's hiring offensive coordinators who – because really, I feel like let me look who their offensive coordinator is.
Well, they just got Hudson Card from Texas, who's a pretty rock-solid quarterback, I thought.
Yeah. Actually, okay. Hold on. Now, I love what Ryan Walters did here. Ryan Walters sounds so familiar. Was he at Missouri at one point? Was he a terrible coordinator at Missouri? He was. Oh, my God. He was our horrible defensive coordinator. I knew that name sounded familiar. Yeah, he's a defensive guy who isn't good at defense. Some of the worst defenses I've ever seen.
They were pretty good at Illinois last year.
I'm gonna give Burt credit for that.
That's all Burt.
The defenses from 2018 to 2020 were, well, more like 2018. He got better as it went along. Anyway, though, he hired Graham Harrell as the offense coordinator.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good hire.
And this is, so that's what I was going to say, though, is this sort of like, oh, he was a defensive coach, whatever. No one's any type of coach anymore, right? You have maybe philosophies you like on defense and offense, but you just then need to hire the personnel.
You got to get the coordinators, yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you, like, most coaches don't like recruiting, but it doesn't matter as long as you hire guys that recruit.
Yes. 100%.
I will say I don't know how I feel about Fresno this year with Mikey Keene. I'm a little sour on Mikey Keene because he sat out the conference championship because he wanted to have another year of eligibility.
Oh, if he played one less game?
So he was our backup last year, and he was kind of pissed off about that because Plumlee came in, took his job. He was good when he played, and I think he did beat Tulane in the first game.
Okay.
But second game, he had played his 4-game limit, so he couldn't like sit the redshirt year out or whatever. So he didn't. Plumlee was hurt in the conference championship game against Tulane,
and he just sat it out.
And he sat it out.
What a turd!
Because he wanted to keep that year of eligibility.
Yeah, fuck that.
And I mean, I get it, but also fuck you, Mikey.
No, fuck that.
Fuck you, Mikey.
Fuck that shit.
You could have been our quarterback of the future. Yep, not even that. He was like, all right, I would be appreciative if I would be more understanding if he's like, all right, keep the year of eligibility.
Yeah.
But come back to UCF.
Yeah.
No, he transferred immediately. I think before the bowl game.
Yeah.
Takes over from my boy Jay Kaner. I did like the flashes I saw of Mikey, especially from year 1 to year 2. Much more improvement because year 1 he was like he couldn't throw the ball past 5 yards. I think his like yards per completion was like abysmal.
Right.
It's like worse than the FBS. That said, I think Fresno covers here. Fresno's just rock solid.
Okay. I'm going to check out their DC real quick. So it looks like Walters brought him over from Illinois. He was the linebackers. Oh, he was the associate head coach.
Yeah.
And outside linebackers coach at Illinois. Boy. He was the DC linebackers coach at SMU from 2018 and 2020. We were not necessarily a notable defensive team. Popping around, really, on a lot of mid teams here. Kansas. I'm going to take the under.
Okay. I really like that too.
Yeah. I kind of feel like this is going to be both defenses
just sloppy.
Both defenses are good, and this is going to be a little bit of a slapdick affair, I think.
Yeah. All right. Next up, speaking of slapdick affairs, Toledo catching 9.5 at Illinois and Champaign. Over/under is 45.5. We got Burt Ball. We got Toledo trying to run the ball. That won't happen because Illinois' defense is going to stop it. But their offense is also not going to be great to start the season. We're both high on Illinois this year, but we know how they start a season. We know how Burt starts. We know how it's going to be a slop fest.
Okay.
This will be grind. This will be low scoring. This is going to give me the under. And also give me Toledo.
You taking Toledo to cover?
To cover.
Okay. I think there's hype around Illinois football for the first time in a decade, maybe. They're going to come out. It's at Illinois. It's going to be an exciting game. It's a night game. The students are going to be lit the fuck up. All you need is that defense to get stops, give you short fields, and so on. Illinois covers. Love it.
So you're thinking Illinois wins 12-0?
Yeah. Yeah.
Toledo's decent. They're fine.
I think Illinois is just good, though.
I do, too. I just they got to get a few games under the belt before they start to roll.
Okay. That's fine. I think Illinois gets this done.
All right. Texas State, our Bobcats, catching 27.5 at Baylor. Over/under 61.5. Texas State now, new head coach, G.J. Kinney. Should be fun. Kinney made Incarnate Word an FCS offensive powerhouse
in San Antonio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do that fast-paced go offense.
Yeah.
So at least Texas State could be fun.
You got to give the people something, right? If you're not going to give them wins, at least give them entertainment.
Give them fun.
Yeah.
That might backfire, though. Like we've always talked about Heupel's offense. When it goes bad, it goes real bad because you're just giving the ball to the other team within 11 seconds. Baylor's defense, rock solid. Shapen should be able to cook on the offensive side. Man.
I hate spreads this big.
What are you thinking? I kind of like the over here because, I mean, Texas State's not going to fucking stop Baylor.
No.
And maybe Baylor gets up so big, Texas State dumps in some garbage time offense.
Yeah, but if they win 42-7, you miss that. Or even 49-7.
No, dude, I'm thinking like Baylor wins probably. Baylor puts up a 50 burger.
Okay.
And then Texas State hits 21.
You think Texas State gets 21?
14 points in the fourth quarter.
Okay. I'm taking Baylor to cover. I don't know about this over-under. It does seem low, but it's just Texas State is so bad.
They are.
Who even plays for them?
Well, that whole strategy of not recruiting didn't work out. We're going to be a transfer portal team. All right.
Yep, sure.
All right.
Sure.
All right. It didn't work. But also, when you take over a job like that, man, you got to give a guy more than 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, especially a job like that.
You just can't have a high turnover rate.
Who are these
for
Texas State boosters that are like, you're not fast enough? You got to.
I guess if you have somebody like a GJ Kinney who's available, you kind of just like say, fuck it, we'll hire him.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Because you want something exciting because what they had was not exciting under
No.
It's pivotal.
You got to think it's just killing them to watch UTSA become a national G5 power.
Well, UTSA believed in a coach for more than 3 years.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how long has fucking Trailer been there? He's been there for a minute. He's been there since 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it also helps to have a Frank Harris who's been there for 7 years.
Still, though, like, it's just, you think you're so cool. Like, you're like, oh, yeah, we're not like UT or A&M, but we're like the dope party school, and like, yeah, football tailgate. And then, like, UTSA, which is like a borderline community college, is just crushing it in football.
Yeah.
And San Marcos is a genuinely wonderful college town.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It should be better.
They should be better. It's a real fucking disappointment that these guys can't get their shit together.
Yeah. Speaking of UTSA,
they
are now in the AAC. Welcome to my old conference. UTSA's -1.5 at Houston. The over-under is 59.5. Again, Frank Harris back for his 7th season for the program. I don't know
that
how
for
that's
him.
Possible.
COVID, baby.
The receiving core strong. The backs are there. They keep the nation's 12th best offense going. Houston's a little bit more of a different story. Bit of a mess.
Complete mess.
Clayton Tune's gone. You got Donovan Smith Jr. replacing him. He's good dual threat quarterback. They should be able to still score. What the fuck are you gonna get out of Dana Holgorsen this year?
That's the thing, man. Like, what can you can look at the system and the talent and the track record.
Is he at least excited to be in the Big 12 now?
That's what I'm saying. Like, none of that matters if the coach doesn't care. If the coach is fucking mentally checked out, the roster, the fucking system, none of it matters. And I don't know if Dana Holgorsen has any interest in being a coach.
I'm going to take the over. I'm just going to cheer for points. This was a great game last year.
Overtime.
I think it's going to be relatively similar. I don't have a trust in either one of these teams because Houston, they could just, they have talent. They could just show up.
They do. They have undeniable talent on offense.
Cheer for put this game on. I think this is going to be a fun TV2, TV3 game. And then you'll catch it in the corner of your eye like, oh, shit. Like, it's like 35-32.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Give me the over.
I like the over as well. That's how many points do they have to score?
Just a 30, like I said, 35-32 game. That covers easy.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Easy. I mean, one of these teams is scoring 40, I think.
Maybe.
So Yeah, I like the over there. I'll make a pick on this game too, just because. Fuck it. I think UTSA avenges their home loss last year.
Gotcha. Okay. I don't hate it. If you're gonna do that, I'm gonna go. I have to take a money line dog. I haven't done it yet. I'll take Houston.
Okay.
I'll take Houston as my money line dog.
Home dog, only 1.5 money line dog. Okay.
I know. I'm sorry. I just don't like anything on the dock where I'm like, I'm gonna take Toledo to win. No.
Yeah, no. I get it.
I could take Fresno, but I don't really believe in that at all. I believe in the points. I just don't believe in them to win the game. Yeah, nothing I'm looking at on the board right now.
Okay.
Really
you
makes
don't
any
like the
sense.
dog in our next game?
Wyoming? Certainly not. They are at home. We got a very, very highly regarded Texas Tech team for some reason coming in.
Tech is getting love.
They're getting a lot of love. We will not be able to talk about them, I think, next week. I think they're going to win this game easy and probably be ranked. They're minus 14. The over-under is 50.5. Tyler Shuck, the Red Raiders, have high expectations. There's a lot of teams or a lot of people out there picking Tech to possibly win the Big 12.
Dark horse Big 12 team?
Yeah.
Okay.
I disagree with that. I think it's going to be between Texas and Kansas State. I honestly think Texas, as much as we like to joke about Texas being Texas, there really shouldn't be a reason why they don't win the Big 12 this year.
Especially because the Big 12 is going to be about as squishy as it's been in a long time.
And Oklahoma will be.
Yeah.
Certainly.
But TCU is, we like Sonny Dykes, but I think TCU is just going to have a mediocre year.
We like the offensive scheme of Kendall Browse. I don't know if I like Kendall Browse.
As a human, Duggan just got cut.
Saw that, but he had a good preseason. He'll get picked up, maybe.
He'll get picked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked what the Cowboys did with Greer. They let Will Greer ball out. They said, we're going to cut you, but you're going to start every snap for the last game of the preseason, and he balled out, man.
Yeah.
So hopefully our boy Will Greer gets a job. Be nice. But again, like I said earlier, they don't give a lot of these quarterback chances.
No. They don't.
It's not. You just get a new crop of rookie quarterbacks come in.
Well, and that's one of the reasons I think we like college football better than the pros is that the pros are totally averse to risk and creativity, and college football is nothing but risk and creativity.
Yeah. Especially with the transfer portal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, man, this is tough because Wyoming's always
feisty,
weird.
It's a spooky. It's two teams. This is the Spooky Bowl.
This is Spooky Bowl. Lubbock versus wherever the fuck Wyoming is.
Laramie.
I don't know what that is though.
Laramie, Wyoming. Mizzou lost a game up there a couple years ago.
Can't even picture it in my head.
They have a beautiful stadium.
I'm sure there's mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would I want to go there? I don't know. Their defense is actually pretty good.
Who, Wyoming?
Yeah, they're always rock solid. Can't score though, so I don't know if they're gonna be able to keep up with Tech. That's the only problem.
Yeah, I think as spooky as this is, I like Tech to cover here because they don't. Because Tech, Wyoming doesn't have an offense. All Tech needs to do is win by 17.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it.
50.5. I like that under.
Like the under on that.
I just don't think
this game could start slow.
Very slow. I think Wyoming might be able to keep up with them in the first half.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Texas Tech wins this game 35-20.
Okay.
That under still hits. No, that's wrong. 35-14.
Okay.
Yeah. It just hits. I can't math. It's early. Last game, we got Coastal Carolina going to UCLA over under 65.5. Coastal's catching 14.5. Grayson McCall back for another year with the Chanticleer offense. New coach, but they got the running backs. Defense is pretty okay. UCLA weirdly just struggles early against these teams like South Alabama last year.
Yeah.
Probably should have
been. Who I think, didn't we smash that?
Yeah.
We were like, dude, they're going to roll.
South Alabama's good. That's why I picked them in our draft.
Yeah.
So they're also playing Tulane this week. If I could pick a money line dog, I would pick South Alabama.
But Tulane is ranked.
I can't pick them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't love that Coastal has to travel all the way across the country.
No. New coach, new system-ish.
New coach, new system, and it's like they're kind of a situation where their offense is decent, but the defense is kind of lacking.
New quarterback for UCLA, though.
Yeah.
Got Garber's in there. A little bit of experience, but DTR's been there the last couple of years. He looked great for the Browns in the preseason. I think he won the backup job.
Good for him.
Yeah.
He might get a lot of playing time.
With Watson out?
I was just with Watson being Watson.
Yeah, that's true. They do have this kid, Dante Moore, though, who's a freshman that is, like, got all the hype.
Yeah.
He's going to be...
UCLA?
Yeah, he's going to be a stud.
Yeah.
So he might get some time. He might get some packages thrown in. Might see some, like, kind of design runs for him.
Mm-hmm. Dude, fuck it. I'm taking UCLA here.
Are you?
I just don't like the cross-country travel.
Every year, man, they always start out weird and against a team like Coastal.
What time was
and
that?
you have a veteran quarterback like Grayson McCall, who's a fucking gamer. He's a straight-up gamer. He can cover to 14.5, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to win the game. UCLA is going to win this game. But
Yeah.
give me Coastal.
Okay.
Give me the Chanticleers. Give me the 14.5.
I mean, this game starts at 10:30 p.m. Coastal time.
Okay.
I just,
You don't think Coastal players are up at that time of
I
the
don't
game?
think they're doing intense physical activity at that time.
Oh, they're getting after it. In Myrtle? They're getting after it in Myrtle.
It's just such a bitch of a travel and all that stuff.
It's fine. They've been there for a week probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are our picks for the week. I don't feel great about them, but we'll see.
We'll see. I feel great about
I'm
mine.
just excited that college football's back. I'll see you guys at the UCF game if you're in Orlando on Thursday night. We'll probably drop this tonight, Wednesday. We're recording. About to get on a flight. And then, Miami game on Friday. And then I'll be at a ranked game on Sunday.
Can't talk about it.
Florida State, LSU. But if you want to pick, it's one of my playoff teams.
Florida State.
Yes.
Hey, is Nebraska or Minnesota ranked?
No, it's tomorrow night.
Okay, fair. Oh,
And
you didn't do the Thursday games. That's what it was.
I just didn't want to even talk about that game.
That's fair. I'm gonna be. That's gonna
Do you
want to?
do you want to pick that game? We'll do it off right now. Minnesota.
Off the cuff.
I would say Minnesota.
Minnesota
At home.
7.5.
I thought it was just 7.
It dropped to 7.
Yeah. Minnesota -7 at home.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pick that game.
Okay, I'm not gonna pick it either. It's not on
that's
the
fine.
record.
You don't have to take
But
it.
go with the Gophers because Matt Rule's still got shit to figure out.
Yeah, and Minnesota's got a real good defense, so fuck it. I just saw that and was like, wait, are one of them ranked?
No,
they are not. I'm gonna keep an eye on that game. Seems like it might be a fun game.
it's probably the most fun Thursday night game, right?
Utah, Florida, depending on.
Yeah. Utah might be down to their third string quarterback.
Right, so that might be why it's fun.
Rising very, very up in the air.
Utah
50-50.
cannot lose this game if they want to make the playoff.
And then second string quarterback got hurt in practice the other day. So, if you're down to your third string quarterback, you can kind of lose that game, right?
No,
It's kind of excusable.
you can't have two losses.
But
You still can't have two.
You have 2 losses. You win the Pac-12, and you have Cam Rising healthy at the end of the year. You might be able to make the exception. Be like,
Maybe.
that first game doesn't matter.
Yeah, maybe.
Can Florida State get in with 2 losses?
No.
They lose to LSU and they lose Clemson, but they redeem that game.
The Clemson game? Maybe.
It could be a weird year.
It just depends on the SEC and the Big Ten. So
I don't think Ohio State, I think I picked them to be in a playoff for their preview show because we were just like kind of
ripping.
I don't know if I like that pick because their offensive line is very concerning.
I kind of think
They got the
Ohio
shitty-ass
State's-
tackle from San Diego State.
OSU's going to have a loss before they get to Michigan.
I don't think Michigan's going to get it there either. Super easy schedule. McCarthy, by all accounts, is good.
Whatever.
I
Fuck
don't
these
know.
teams. We're not here to talk about them.
You're right.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. It's all
All right.
about mediocrity, baby.
Goddamn right. We'll see you next week.
Later.